And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes.
That we would risk federal or state funding if I don't sign up for this. It is a tumultuous day and age.
Just to be intellectually honest, you would also have to say that should have gone through a process, and it did not.
Well, to be intellectually honest, why are you denying all of the mainstream reporting about who was actually running the Biden White House?
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. As usual, I have 3 videos that I think you're going to highly enjoy, starting with the first that looks like it was taken from an insane asylum, but instead came from a Fort Myers City Council meeting where the members all held hands and cried because they were being asked to follow the law, which these Democrats appear to believe they are above.
Thank you for what you said. Thank you for your comments. I cannot begin to imagine how difficult this is for you. The argument, and I know there's no malintent to it, that we would risk federal or state funding if I don't sign up for this. It is a tumultuous day and age. And this is a day I hate sitting in the seat. But my city's not for sale.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Councilmember Giraldo.
Council, Person, thank you for your words and thank you. Bersenberg, I can't. I sit here to represent my city, but my city is not just all of us sitting here. It's the people that live here to support you, Chief, to support the intent of the city. I can't stand behind this as an immigrant, the only immigrant sitting in this council. Because although this isn't about me particularly, I have been in that position. And I can't. This has... I can't even express how heavy this is in my heart and in my mind, knowing that the majority of us that come as immigrants, we don't come here to commit crimes. Of course, there are crimes out there, people that commit crimes, and everybody that commits a crime needs to be accountable for it, regardless if they're illegal or not. But this notion that all immigrants have a motive and we are chased after. It's just something I just can't.
So if I can just add once again, this is not a memorandum to create a group of officers to go out there and kick in doors and actively seek out immigrants. It's a process that allows officers who come in contact with people violating the laws, people creating or committing crimes that also happen to be a legal alien and have a warrant, a civil warrant for that purpose. This is allowing our police officers, our police department to do a better job. It's not what it's portrayed to be.
Yeah, imagine that.
See? Democrats cry when they're just asked to follow the law, and yet they have no problems breaking the law. And then turning around and lecturing about Donald Trump's supposed lawlessness. One of the main mandates of this past election was immigration enforcement, and Democrats are apparently going to completely ignore that in favor of doing whatever the hell they want.
Are you surprised?
Which, by the way, Donald Trump is doing fairly well on, despite the Democrats' attempts to torpedo his efforts, with apparently only 1 released border crossing this year compared to 77,000 in 2024. How do you all think Donald Trump is doing on the border? Let me know in the comments. Now on to the next one. Much like this channel, the Democrat Party is in the middle of a flaming nosedive. And apparently Chuck Schumer has decided to blow up the plane before it even impacts. Of all places, he chose The View to insult the American taxpayer for wanting to keep the money they earned.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes.
Something very familiar about all this.
But lots of people don't get into the argument. They just go, oh my gosh, socialist, I can't have that. It's going to take all my money.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes.
If only they would have left some sort of clue.
Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people.
Oh, you're right.
I'm thinking that maybe the already unpopular Chuck Schumer, who's currently getting the Biden treatment from his party, might be doing this on purpose, because otherwise it's one of the most detached, brain-dead things I've ever seen a politician do, and from one of the most hated platforms on TV. Lastly, I have the most fun clip of the night coming from the only fun show on CNN. Abby Phillips and her mob of third-string talent versus lonely Scott Jennings over Biden's pardons being illegitimate.
You have to be fair about it. If you say that it's a problem to not run this by DOJ,
No,
it's got to be a problem
I'm
to
saying
not
there's
run
a
other
little
pardons.
transparency.
He pardoned 1,600 January 6th convicted January 6th rioters, including people who assaulted
And talked
police.
about doing it for months.
Fucking A.
Yeah, but it didn't go.
There's no
through-
question that some
Scott,
unnamed family
Scott,
member did it on his behalf. We don't know that about Biden.
Just to be intellectually honest, you would also have to say that should have gone through a process, and it did not.
Well, to be intellectually honest, why are you denying all of the mainstream reporting about who was actually running the Biden White House? Including reporting.
You were just saying that this had not been run by DOJ. But
tonight we are
here's the
all about
problem.
changing topics when questions are
Yes.
being asked, but I just want to note that is not what we were
Well,
discussing.
the problem is that he is.
Holding me to my own standards isn't part of the conversation, Scott. She seriously does this after every exchange where she's getting trounced. Scott will bring up a point that she has no response to, then she declares the debate unfair and runs away. It's like I always say, left-wingers and Democrats firmly believe in their warped minds that they are exempt from the standards that they enforce against their political opponents. Historically, they've always gotten away with this because their state media machine enforces those double standards. But something has changed since Donald Trump got elected. It really does feel like the majority of people out there see through the false media hologram. All right, folks, let me know what you all think in the comments. And if you're still here, might as well hit that like button and subscribe. I do post on a regular basis, both long and short form. So make sure to keep checking back for more, because even though you subscribe, YouTube's probably not gonna push my videos to you. And if you just can't get enough Dronetek, make sure to follow me over on X, where I do post way more frequently. Thanks a lot. I'll see you all in the next one.